Today we are going to be discussing wasteful spending. I think it's particularly appropriate since we've just gone through an escapade or a situation where we've basically continued to do more of the same without any changes, a continuing resolution. And I think what we failed to do through doing that is we failed to look at particular problems like this one. The problem we're going to look at today won't balance the budget, but it would certainly be something that we ought to start somewhere with trying to cut out wasteful spending. So we're going to look today at the end of the year government spending binge and how spending goes up at the end of the year. Today's the last day of the fiscal year, and I think this should be of some concern. All last week and even all month, federal agencies have been ramping up their spending. Many studies have shown this. One of the witnesses, Dr. Fichtner, did I say good? Dr. Fichtner, has shown September spending will be nearly double that of August. Another study shows spending jumps nearly 500% over average in this last week. And in a clear effort to spend as much as possible, today's spending will move west in order to gain a few more hours in fiscal binging. West Coast spending will be 70% higher today compared to spending in the East. Today we're going to hear some examples of wasteful end-of-the-year purchases, and I'll start with one that we have in our little committee here. When I took over this subcommittee and we moved into the new office, we found printer cartridges stacked almost to the ceiling for a printer that was years out of date. So we asked, why would someone with the knowledge of this buy all of this stuff, and why would it be still sitting around? We found out that the previous chairman, or several chairmen back, bought the toner as part of an end-of-the-year spending binge, and that senator's now been gone for years, but the toners still remain. This practice will not continue under my chairmanship. This year I am again going to turn back in nearly $500,000 from my own personal office budget. We're going to turn back money here in this subcommittee as well. More than just talking about problems, we want to find solutions. I have another possible solution or a way to help to end some of the wasteful spending, and this is called Bonuses for Cost Cutters Act. And what it would do is reward federal employees for identifying excess funds and actually turn those funds back into the Treasury. As you can imagine, every appropriator from both parties is opposed to my bill, but we think it would be another way to go forward with trying to actually reduce some spending by giving people bonuses. If you're in the private marketplace and you can save money for your employer, you often get a bonus. Why don't we give people, instead of having the perverse incentive to spend it all at the end of the year, why don't we actually give you a bonus if you'll turn it back in? We've had a great deal of discussion on the floor about controlling the power of the purse and how having a continuing resolution does nothing to really exert our power of the purse. There are too many, though, I think, who often don't care what we buy or how much we spend with their money. So another idea I have, other than giving federal employees bonuses, is why don't we give contractors bonuses as well for coming under budget? Instead of having programs where we simply add cost plus whatever it takes to get a project finished. I think really it is important that if Congress is to assert its authority of the power of the purse, that we look in every nook and cranny of the budget and look for ways to save money. To me, even when I was not in office, we often heard at every level of people having money at the end, use it or lose it, get rid of it, spend it, or you won't get it next year. And I think this still happens in government and has happened for a long time. And I, for one, hope that this committee hearing will go a ways towards trying to stop this. With that, I'd like to recognize the ranking member, Senator Baldwin.
Thank you.